So anyway, this is me live, and I'm just trying to figure out how to do some of this stuff here with OBS Studio and share some of the stuff that I have online. Trying to come up with content that some people that would also be interested in, and you know, just share with you a little bit on how to use this program if you haven't had success with other help videos on YouTube. Now, it's taken me a while to get this far, but it seems to be working okay. I'm working with the OBS Studio, and right now I'm live, and then I also turned on my iPad, so you can see my iPad, and I have the text going across. I'm kind of chatting with myself. But that said, I figure if I stay on here a while, somebody else might come on and also see how everything works for me. I'm going to go out of this program right now and go into the program that I like to use, and that's Procreate. Procreate is something I just discovered a few years back, and it's nice to use on my iPad. I just sit right there, you know, I grab my pen, and you know, I can cross my legs on the sofa, relax and sketch. And the other thing that's kind of cool, I can also do the same with my iPhone. I have a lighter version of this. But here, let me go ahead and just show you some stuff on the screen and see if anybody's out there will come on. I have it set up on the iPad. I open this up, and these are some of the things that I've been playing with. This is some of my jewelry that I made. Here's me doing some engraving. And so right now I'm just showing you how I brought in photographs to my iPad. And I'm sharing some of the crafts I have. And so the idea is later on, more of my content might be about jewelry. If there's people out there that are kind of interested or want to talk about it or share some of their stuff, share what I know. Here's some other pieces of jewelry that I made. And you can see with the iPad, it's really kind of cool to turn this stuff around and share it. Get out of here. I'll show you another version of my ring, another photograph. This ring, I made it, well, in 1973 or 4 when I was teaching at Valley High School. Here's some of the other things that I've done over the years. Played around with a little bit of airbrush, and this is an airbrush that I did back in the probably back in 80s, 85. I had started becoming ham radio, and this is another topic that might be of interest to some people. I like playing around with HF radio. When I was in Okinawa, I did satellite. But let me go show you some more stuff that I'm doing on the iPad. And then if somebody does come on, then I can maybe address some issues, talk about some. I also like drawing and painting. This is a still life that I did, that I set up to practice my drawing and my painting. And it evolved. I don't know if I have some variations of it, but I have the painting I'll share later on. But I'm just jumping around here showing you some other paintings I did. This was also done on my iPad. It was an original acrylic painting, and then it evolved to where I took a picture of it, scanned it, and then brought it into my iPad as a JPEG, and then played with it some more, drawing on it. Show you a couple other things that I might have going here you might be interested in. These are cartoon drawings that I did in paper and pencil, colored pencil, and even airbrush markers. And so, just a lot of stuff here to talk about and share. Here's something I did in my garage. I took a picture of the garage, and then I took some of my artwork and brought it in to the original photograph and did overlays and put those photographs that you see right here. Sometimes I have different overlays. You can see I can turn the overlays on and off. This one I must have grouped it all together so you don't see any more. You can't see the layers. Here's a variation of this is where the cow started from, the steer. I drew the steer. We went to, a group of us from my art class went downtown in Greeley the day of the stampede started, and they were going to take the cattle. They were going to drive them down to the rodeo. And right here is just a bunch of variations that I did of that bull on my iPad. I just go through them real quick, and it's a lot of fun, pretty simple. But again, this is on my iPad. And some of these actually were oil paintings, and then I scanned it and then brought it into the iPad. And experimented with it a little bit, as you can see, and you know, did a little cartooning here, and you can see that, you know, I can zoom that in pretty big, and you can see the detail in that drawing. Here's another variation of that steer, a little cornier, but it's still what I did on the iPad, and another one on the drawing on the iPad, and basically that's kind of it. This was playing around with the iPad to create some water scenes, ocean scene, and then it evolved later on to other stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just keep showing you stuff on the iPad. Here's that first. This is that painting I was telling you about, that I showed you, the still life. This is it right there. And I could actually probably put the two together so you could see what I'm talking about. I can come over here and I could actually copy that and put it together side by side, and you can see the comparison of the two side by side, and how easy it is to do something like this, to pull in another drawing. So example, I come over here and I say, you know, copy, and I close this, and then I go back to that one scene that I was showing you, that one frame that's on this. I can find it. I'll open it up. I think I'm getting closer. Well, let's say that's it right there. And I can take this and put it right here, and then I can take the other one and I could paste it right next to it, and you kind of see what I'm talking about. And then these are the layers. I can just come over here in this layer, and in the layers, when I click on this one, you can see that I can enlarge this, and you can kind of just see what I'm talking about right there. So that, you know, that's a lot that you can do right there with your iPad, and then these drawings, you could bring them all in to share. Now, it's a lot of fun, and again, you know, that's another stage that I was going through with that drawing, where I started out with washes or oil, thinned oil paint, some burnt umber, burnt sienna, and instead of using a pencil or chalk, I just drew it in like that. And that was oil. And then here's some other variations of things that I worked on. This is a piece of jewelry. I collected the shells in Hawaii, and then brought them home and did some silver wire bending to put that together. And here's the back side of that same pendant. Again, this shows you something that's a little bit different. And there's just a whole collection of stuff here. Here's another one that I did on the iPad, and it's just, you know, something that's fun. So again, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I'm going to just play a little bit of music to go with this, and stay on for a little while, see if anybody comes on. Thank you for looking in here.